You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon. You are tuned into the L.I.C.K show with Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio with your girl, Kels. And I got my girl, Shonte Renee, in the building again.
What's up?
Hey, girl. It's been a minute. I thought it was like 2 years. She actually said it's been like 3. It's been a while. So even before that, I remember we did a panel, and that was like 2020, 2021. Sheesh. So that was like 3-4 years ago. Yeah. So at the time, y'all were just dating.
No, who, me and Monte?
Yeah. Were y'all engaged then?
We were engaged then.
Y'all were engaged then. Mm-hmm. So I haven't seen y'all since you got married.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Got married in 2022. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
So it's been 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we're going to just talk about her first. So we're going to talk about the music. We're going to talk about Shonte Renee. Then we'll get into marriage and everything else. Mm-hmm. But I just want to talk to my girl because you've been glowing, you've been shining, and I'm just like, look at her.
Thank you.
So tell the people who you are and what you do.
I'm Shonte Renee. I'm the first lady of Boot Camp. And I'm a pop R&B singer. Yes. And mother and wife.
Mother and wife. So we already know, like, you are into music. You write?
Yes.
What is your process? Because I know you've done some things with T-Pain recently, too. Mm-hmm. So tell us about that song, too. Like, we're going to get into everything. I'm just so excited to see you. It's been so long.
T-Pain and Kalani song, I did that. I like that with DJ Monte. He produced it. And, I write my songs. I mean, I write with other people. We collab. That's how I work. I like to work with other people. I don't like just to write my songs by myself. I like to brainstorm with multiple people.
So she's got a ton of songs out, but Pretty Girls is still my song. It's like that, make you feel like you that one. The 2 and the 3.
It's a feel-good song.
It's a very feel-good song. It's such a girly song. And you did it at Cascade, and that was like 2 years ago, too.
That was 4 years ago.
You're not going to tell me time is flying by that much.
Yes, that was actually pandemic.
Oh, my gosh.
I released it in 2021, but it was filmed in 2020.
Oh, I'm so behind. So behind.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
So you have new projects coming out. What's the songs you got coming out? What's it about?
It's a couple of songs. I'm right now. I have so many songs in the vault. I'm trying to figure out what order I'm gonna put it out. So I have the names of the songs. I don't know the order, so I can't say the names right now.
Okay.
Because right now we're like brainstorming which one we're gonna do first. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So, music sometimes they always say the best songs are when you're going through a heartbreak, which we know you're not.
No.
So what is your music about?
Mostly it's about sex and
I should have known that.
It's about sex and I do sometimes heartbreak relationship songs when I listen to other people's stories or my past stories, but mostly my stuff is about sex and sensual stuff.
Ooh, so we're just gonna jump right into it then. Because we talking about the music, but because you're coming out with it within a month, then we can't get too deep into the music quite.
Yeah.
So we gotta have you come back.
Yeah. Well, I'll come back when I release the song. You'll see it on IG when I release it.
Okay, so then she's gonna come back for that. So I guess right now we can just go right into my favorite song by Shonte Renee, and we'll be right back. In a few.
Ooh, DJ Monte. I'm not the kind of girl you can tell anything. Spending time should be high on your priorities. It's just the little things most guys don't understand. If you put the work in, you can get that one. So if you wanna talk to me, on the floor's where I'll be. I want a guy that likes to have fun with this pretty sexy girl that'll rock your world. All these pretty girls on the dance floor, so why you on the wall, standing at the bar,
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right, you can become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast. Shonte Renee. So before the break, of course, we had to play my song, Pretty Girls. We were talking about the music. So she has new music coming out next month. And where can we find it when it does come out? Just to give us a little sneak peek.
Apple Music, Spotify, all platforms, YouTube, all of it.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere. Oh, so if y'all do not know, Shonte Renee is married to the infamous, legendary DJ Monte. So what I used to love the most about them, I'm going to tell you where I fell in love with you. Girl, so he put some alcohol in his mouth and he spit it into her mouth. And I was like, oh,
you're right. I poured it in his mouth.
And he
spit it on. Yeah.
I said, "Oh, she freaky with this man." I said, "Oh, she in love. That's a different type of love." Because I was like, I don't know if I'm there. I watched everything they posted from that moment on because I was like, anybody that loves in that kind of way. Usually, you see those type of relationships with like situationships or just people who are like doing something. Yeah. Y'all were actually engaged and now married and now have a child. Yes, and they still freaky like that. Yeah. Y'all just gotta follow them.
Yeah. Very freaky.
So when she said her music is about sex, yeah, I believe it. Absolutely. So what is it about your husband?
What is it about my husband?
Well, he just does it for you. What is it?
Yeah, we're best friends. Like we started as friends and it never ended. Like I tell him everything. I can talk to him about anything I want to talk to him about.
That's dope.
So that's my favorite thing about him. He's my best friend.
And that was so okay. I'm glad you said that because I'm one of those people who feels like, and I guess I just haven't found the right one because I'm like, your spouse can't be your best friend because you wouldn't tell your spouse every single thing that you would tell somebody outside of your friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you feel like you can tell him anything.
Right, because we started that way. We were not lovers when we met.
Okay.
He was like,
that's
I was
important.
Still dating other people. He was actually still married. And I was like kicking it with other dudes. And I would tell him like, man, guess what this dude just did.
Really?
That's how we was talking. I used to talk on the phone with him when I was taking a shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we cuss on here. But I was taking a little, I was talking on the phone with him. Girls don't do that. You don't talk on the phone.
They don't do that. I still don't do that.
Yeah, you don't do that. But I was doing that with him because he was my friend. So I
love it.
Okay. I'll be on FaceTime with him doing it. And we just be talking. I'll be like, guess what happened last night? Guess what happened this week? Oh my God, he is so crazy. Like I'll tell him everything. Mm-hmm. So after we, fell in love, it just continued. Like
so how did that change? Because they always say like, was he ever in your friend zone or did you feel like you would never put, like you were interested in him, but you were dating somebody else, he was married. Like, how did that even switch from friend to lover?
He was he was definitely in friend zone because we were working together. We were doing music together, so I didn't look at him like that. Okay. And definitely he was married at the time. And how it switched, it just did it. Like after him and his wife had broke up, I don't know, it just I don't know. It was like a magical situation. Like it just happened. Like it was like, oh, the friendship was kind of
really.
Like I kind of was looking at each other and was like, oh, this is
a spark.
Like yeah. And then he was like, well, all them dudes you was talking to,
get them up out of here.
Cut them off. And I was like, okay.
And y'all were just okay. So how long were y'all engaged before you? No, how long did you date before you got engaged? And how long were you engaged before you got married?
We was together for 4 years before we got engaged. So got together in 2016. I got proposed to in 2020, and then we got married in 2022. So we were engaged for 2 years.
Okay,
we were together 4 years before I got my ring.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna get in. We're gonna go a little deeper. She's like, oh. Poly.
Yes, I know.
You already know we want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you introduce that.
Me and Monte talk about poly when we first met in 2016. I had did poly in my previous relationship.
Oh, okay.
So I was already doing it before. He was
Mhm.
interested in it. He always wanted to do it, and I said, "Cool, let's build our foundation, and then we'll start dating."
Oh, you introduced him
Well,
to the poly
yes,
world.
I did, and
Gotcha. Okay.
he was already talking about it before me though.
Okay.
And he didn't know. I was like, yeah, I've done it before. He's like, oh, for real? I was like, yeah, I've done it before multiple times. And he was like, oh. He said, well, I want to kind of like lean towards that later on. And I was like, okay, cool. I said, well, let's get to know each other first, and then we'll start, pursuing other women in the relationship.
Okay. And so you wouldn't have it the opposite, because I felt like I would have to have two husbands.
So you that poly? Okay,
I would be
there's
that
nothing wrong
poly.
with that.
But I don't
Yeah.
want my men to like each other.
No,
That's my fear.
I don't. What you mean?
I don't want y'all touching.
No, see, yeah, I wouldn't want that either.
But I just feel like, and I also like alpha men, and I don't feel like two alpha men would
it has
be
to be a beta man and probably an
yeah.
alpha man.
I don't like. I'm learning. I don't like beta men, but that's what I attract, and then I don't like them for long.
Yeah.
Like my friends make jokes of, you're not gonna like them for a long time. Like you're gonna date somebody and then you're not gonna like them. So I'm learning now. I don't like beta men. That's why it doesn't last.
Yeah.
It doesn't work out.
Because you run over them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
unintentionally. Yeah, unintentionally. I just feel like if somebody has to do too much for a person, then you just really don't like that person.
Right.
You shouldn't have to
Right.
always be on the up of like over loving somebody for them to love you back.
Right.
So I'm like, when I took this break, because I've been on a break for 6 months, and I'm enjoying it, but I'm enjoying it a little too much.
Oh.
To a point where like, sometimes I feel like I don't care if I get into a relationship, and I want to be remarried. I was like, I don't want to go so far left to where I'm like the old lady with the cats, because I'm so comfortable in my own space. I want the husband. I don't want another kid no more. I wanted that.
No, that's good. Like you probably can get an older man who already got his kids.
Mhm.
And y'all just travel together. Y'all had
That's
y'all
what I
kids.
want.
Y'all, we had our children. Let's travel.
That's what I want.
My kids are grown.
Yeah, but if I ever dabbled into a poly, it would have to be two husbands, not
I think
another
dope.
wife
That
and
lady, what's her name? She has two husbands. It was a lady on TV,
Mhm.
and they don't like each. They're not intimate with each other. The men are
Good,
not.
thank God.
Yeah, the men are straight, and they're
Okay.
with her.
Okay.
She had one husband first, and then she ended up having another husband. I think the first husband, they were together for years. I can't remember, but yeah, they're straight men with a woman.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
now let me put that out there. I don't want that. I'm just
They
saying,
gonna be
if I
like-
had to do poly, it would have to be that versus the other. Don't be like, oh, Kels wants two husbands. That ain't what I'm saying.
She said if she does poly, she
if
would
I
do
did that,
She
that's
don't-
what it would have to be.
Yeah, she won't do the sister wife poly.
Yeah, I
She
don't
would
want to
the
do
brother husband.
That's what it's called.
Yeah,
the brother husband poly. Brother husband poly. All right, so sister wife poly.
Mhm.
Have you ever been in a lesbian relationship, just you and a female?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why all of this just flowed easily for you. Okay, so explain how this works. Did you all split the bills 3 ways? Did he take care of everything and take care of you two? I'm invested.
He take care of all the bills. Yeah.
For both.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even when she was living apart.
Yes. Well, right now, currently, we are not with her anymore.
I was gonna get there.
Okay.
I noticed.
Okay, everybody
when I say I watch.
I know everybody knows. Everybody's asking. No, we're not with her no more. But we I wish her the best. It's nothing, no bad vibes.
Mhm.
But yes, when we were together, and she still was currently living in New Zealand. So
she wasn't even living here.
She was visiting.
Oh,
Yeah, she's from
okay.
another country. She's from New Zealand.
New Zealand, and she would just come and visit from time to time.
Mhm.
Is that what you would prefer, or would you prefer a full-on 24/7 sister wife?
24/7. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So did you feel like that made it difficult as to why it didn't work out, or just
Yes.
completely different things going on?
I definitely think so. Yeah. The
So
long distance was hard.
How is it with the kids? Like, how do you explain that to the children?
The kids be cool.
Really?
That was the easiest part. The parents was the one like, what? I don't get it. What's going on? But kids are like, okay, whatever y'all want to do. We seen it on Instagram. We know.
Oh, they watch it too.
Yeah, they watch it, or they just see other people do it. Like
Mhm.
they just internet, they're internet kids. So they're like, okay, yeah, we know other people that do it. We seen it. We know that's normal.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
I come from one man, one woman. Y'all get married, y'all have kids, and that's it. So you got to break this down to me. Why do you prefer poly over a monogamous man woman relationship?
Well, men mostly most men are poly. Is it voluntary or involuntary?
Okay.
Monte, he's just the honest, you know, part of
I
poly.
love those.
He's honest. He wants multiple women. He's honest about it.
Hmm.
Most men are not. They just be like, hey, I'm
They
gonna have
just
this.
cheat.
Right. So that part, yeah, you're giving most men, not all men, but most men what they really, really desire. You know what I'm saying? They really desire multiple women in the house. That's what they really desire.
See?
Most men, not all. Not saying all men, but most. And then on top of that, it does help the wife out, the first wife, being a sister wife, and each other. Like it gives a sense of community for the kids. Like if you can't do nothing, if you need a break, the other wife could take on. The other wife need a break, I could take it on. It helps out. Like even when I did have her here, we take turns with cleaning with the kids, and we'll have go back and forth with how to raise how to approach the kids with certain situations. It was just stuff like that. Even the cooking, sometimes I feel like cooking, she'll cook.
Okay.
It that work, or they I didn't feel like having sex, they'll have sex, and I'm hanging out with my friends, and it's just a lot. It's like it's good. It's a good balance in the house, because
Okay.
being every woman is not
Ooh.
fun. That song is beautiful, but I don't want to be every woman.
I don't want to be every woman
No.
either.
Yeah.
And that was saying, so within my marriage, I think a lot of our issues came mainly because I was so busy.
Mhm.
And I tell people, when someone gets cheated on, granted, that person can be a piece of crap, cool.
Mhm.
But there's also something that a female could or could not be doing that could cause that. I feel like a big part of the issues that we had within ours, to where he started doing what he was doing,
Mhm.
is because I made Hits my husband.
Mhm.
Hits became my husband. I was super invested on growing this business that
Mhm.
I almost forgot I had a husband at home.
Mm.
So that goes to show, like what you're
Mhm.
saying with the sister wife. Sometimes if I had a sister wife, I could be here at Hits and sis,
And
go,
sis be,
go handle,
go,
please,
go get some
go do whatever it
yeah.
is he needs to
Go
do,
cook for him.
so I can go
Go
handle this
massage,
over here.
right? Go massage him. Go take care of the babies. The kids, feed them. I gotta go to work. Yeah.
And that is my
Mhm.
sole reason for not dating right now. It's
Mhm.
hard to date when you're like super busy, because I work
Mhm.
7 days a week.
Mhm.
And I don't have anybody telling me you make time for the things you want to make time. I don't have to worry about those stresses
Yes.
of
Mhm.
growing what I need to grow. Like I feel like 2024 has been as successful for me as it's been because I was focused on my career.
Right.
You
Mhm.
can't do that sometimes when you're married.
You gotta
Something's going
balance
to
it.
lack.
You gotta balance it.
And on top
Mhm.
of something else you just said, I think people take it like I'm a bitter. I'm not bitter at all. Like I've done my healing and I'm still healing. But for the most part, I'm in a great place. I'm in such a happy place.
You can tell. Look how beautiful she is. You would
that
never. I don't even know how old she is. I don't even know. High school. This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
High
I'm a
school.
senior in high school
She
now,
look like
guys.
she in high
Last
school.
year I was 41. I'm
Right.
42, but I'm a senior in high school.
Yes.
But I always say, and I said this on air recently, like within the last month or two, that I feel like, and I'm like you. I'm not going to say every single man is a cheater.
Mhm.
But I feel like 99% of men cheat. There's that 1% is like a gem.
Yeah.
And I always say women keep leaving.
Mhm.
How many times and how many men are you going to leave if you get the notion in your head that men are just going to do that?
Yeah.
Not saying that any woman should not have self-respect and self-love for herself. I'm like, you can still have self-respect and self-love
Mhm.
and channel through fixing that, knowing in your mind that men are just going to cheat.
Yeah.
Like you said, some of them you just got that are super honest, and
Mhm.
some that will just hide it because they
Yeah.
know the woman is not going to be cool with that.
Right.
Not saying I want to be cheated on, but I do go in thinking that he's going to cheat at some point.
Yeah. It's just. I mean, I've never met a man that did not, except my husband. But my husband's a poly man, so he's not a cheater. But he was honest about how he wanted to move,
Mm-hmm.
which is, if he wasn't honest about how he wanted to move, he would still be doing that.
He would still be doing
he'd
that.
be still doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he broke it down to me in an honest way. And I'm like, oh, that works because I've done it before. I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, yes, it's like men is voluntary, involuntary.
Voluntary,
You're gonna be a poly
involuntary.
one way or another.
You figured it out, sis. And again, we're not saying that every single
No,
man
I'm not
cheats because
saying
that's
all
not the
men.
truth.
No, I'm not saying all men.
Yeah,
but
all
it's
men don't cheat.
quite a bit.
Like 99%.
99%.
There's that 1% that
Yeah,
doesn't. That's just he just love being at home with his one wife, and she's doing everything he needs to do, and he don't need or feel the need to find it
Yeah.
elsewhere. Or he tired and he busy and he don't want all that extra.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you got to take care of more than one woman.
Right.
And they just don't want to do that. So the poly lifestyle with him paying, so he's cool with just taking care of everything as long as home is taken care of, the kids are taken care of, he's taken care of.
That's what Monte believes in. He believes in the wives being nurturing to the children and being domestic around the house, and also following your dreams. Not saying we have to do this for the rest of our life,
right?
Following your dreams as well as being domestic around the house and taking care of the children, nurturing the children, so he can go outside and do mostly all the work.
Yeah, and that's what I love about you is because even though you had your career and you had a man, you married that man, you had a child, and you still got back to work. And that's what I love, because most people tend to forget themselves in the process of trying to figure out what it is you want in life. And then once they get married, they kind of forget you're still an individual person.
Right.
And I feel like you do an amazing job at keeping your individuality.
Thank you.
And you show the love with your husband and the love with your child. So you are like three different dynamics that you don't really see in most women. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, being every woman ain't easy though.
Well, you do it well, ma'am. You do it well.
Thank you.
So what's next for you? Not in the I'm still talking about this whole poly. Are you looking for another partner, or y'all just gonna chill out for a while and
we're gonna take a little break.
Okay.
Because that was, a lot. But yes, in the future, I would love another woman to, come in our situation. But for right now, we need to take a little break.
You got to take a break.
Yeah.
How many people have hit y'all up wanting to take her position? Because I already know.
No one's being disrespectful. I mean, they're just asking,
what happened.
Yeah, that's it. And you know why they ask. But no one's being disrespectful. They're not disrespecting her. No.
And so no part of you anywhere in your body felt any type of jealousy or any just because I can't do it.
No.
I could not imagine another woman kissing my husband, or what he does to me that'll keep me shooting alcohol in my mouth. If she thinks she getting that, we fighting.
Well, that's why me and Monte we were together for so long before we started, because we had to get all those insecurities and jealousy out.
Okay.
Because of course, before him, I was in a relationship that a man was cheating on me. I was doing poly with him, and he was cheating on me at the same time.
How do you do that?
I don't even know. I don't know how that works, but it happened.
Okay.
So we had to develop trust with each other. So I trust him. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no, he out here doing what he's doing. No, I don't have no jealous. I'm a free spirited lover. You know what I'm saying? I call myself like a hippie. Like I'm not, I'm not like, oh, you kissing my man. Like we're love. We all in love. Let's all be in love. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. But I understand that jealousy thing.
Yeah, that would take a long time for me.
The jealousy thing could sometimes happen in my situations. It's always the not me, is always the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, because me and Monte have so much history, so it can kind of make the second wife kind of feel things like, okay, I need to try to, just how do I fit into this history they haven't created?
Yeah,
and then that's why some things just happen.
Yeah, and that could be I can see that being kind of hard, because y'all have your history, y'all have a child together. Of course, if they're just coming in, they won't have a child together. And then just like certain stories or just, so were y'all legally married to her?
No, everything was spiritual.
Okay. I was wondering how that worked too.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, she gonna try to get some, try to take my time, everything he got.
No.
That's how we think. I'm talking for the people out there that's been watching.
I know, but no. Everything was contract, And if us breaking up is cool because it was not nothing legal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Hmm.
Okay. So, do you know much about the poly relationships where they do a three-way split? Like everybody in the house works. I don't understand it. I have a friend that she was in that situation and she tried to break it down to me. And I didn't even know how you guys were. And I was like, if I ever got into a poly sister wife situation, I'm not paying nothing. I'm not going to work
you
in
don't
it.
want the three-way household. I mean, there's some people that
Heck
do it
no.
like that. Because some girls be like, they like to work and they like to contribute, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, that's
you want to be
cool.
in the one that I'm in.
Heck
The man
yeah.
take care of all the bills and we just chill.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't even be chilling, but if I
Mhm.
got to share you with somebody, I'm not sharing the bills too.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm old school. I don't think women should be paying bills.
I don't
I think
either.
men should always pay the bills, even if the woman make money.
I feel like that
I
too.
feel like we could just be like, oh, baby, I'm going to take you on vacation, Yeah,
I'm
I'll
gonna
pay for the
send you.
vacations.
I have a video on TikTok right now.
Mhm.
I did an episode, and the topic of the episode was, if the man is paying all the bills, what is the woman paying? So for me, I feel like I would pay, like you said, for vacations, for even if it's a date night, like we
Yeah.
going out and this is stuff that I want us to do. You
Yeah.
worked all day. Come home, take a shower. We about to go out.
Right. The massages,
The everything else.
the lavish dinners.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my check.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And I was like, even like if it's life insurance or something, like something
Yeah,
extra that doesn't
extra.
necessarily have to be
Mhm.
for the household. That's what I feel like. If the man is paying 100% of the bills, that's what the woman should be paying.
And do the
Especially
savings.
if she's
And
working.
She could do the savings.
She could do the savings.
Yeah, because
now if she's not
my
working, of
checks
course.
that I get in, I put in a savings account.
That's
I don't
smart.
even spend it.
And so I have a house, so I'm probably saying too much, but it is what it is, because my man gonna make way more than me anyway. I ain't playing that. potential guys. I will never date you ever again. I don't want a potential guy. You got to already be where you are, happy with where you are, and not trying to change it whatsoever.
Okay.
So I come as a asset. I don't come as a liability. So I have my own everything. If I moved into his house, we rent my house out. The extra that we would make off of whatever I'm paying plus what they're paying goes to my half of the rent.
Right.
That's what it would be. And then you figure everything else out, because I'm not doing that.
Right.
But I just feel like that would be my financial contribution to the household, is a house that I currently own now.
Right.
So I'm not coming in as a liability, like, dang, when she move in, she ain't doing nothing. Because I wouldn't want to, like you working. I want to be able to still do things for myself, because I do still want to be an individual person that happens to be married. And I think a lot of people forget that. So that would have to be the type of poly. You got to pay all the bills. But I'm still working and contributing.
I like men. I think men should pay all the bills. I'm sorry. I'm that girl.
She's that girl, and she's married. So it ain't like
married.
She ain't
My
a single
husband
woman
does it.
out here talking this craziness that all the podcasters are talking. She's really living it.
Yeah. And I think girls, I feel like, we should work. And if you want to work, you don't have you be the caretaker around the house too. But our money should just be the extra, the savings, the vacations, the, life insurance, whatever you say.
Yeah. And so you are doing the cooking, the cleaning, the taking care of the child. So that is her, that is your financial contribution to that. Because if you didn't, you'd have to pay to eat out. You got to pay for child care.
Yes.
So all of that comes in. A cleaner, all of that stuff. Oh, and you do this every day. Look,
yes,
I don't want that job.
When I get home.
I don't want that job.
I have to do this when I get home. When I get home, I got to clean the bathroom. I got to finish washing clothes. Got to pick up my baby, feed her lunch.
Oh, another question. So people feel like when a man pays all the bills. Someone just had a post on the way to my meeting this morning. I read, they was like, if your man pays all the bills and he tells you to shut the F up, would you do it? And I'm like, well, he can't disrespect you just because. So is Monte a dictator, or do you get to make decisions in the house? Like, how does the household work?
I definitely run the house.
Period. I hope you listening, Monte.
I'm the manager of the house.
Period.
He's the CEO. He goes out and gets the bread. He travels a lot, so I have to be the manager of the house.
Absolutely.
He's always on tour. He's always on the road. He's T-Pain's DJ, so he's always on the road. So I'm usually at the house by myself with my baby and my children. So I run the house. But
I love
yeah,
it.
he be like, oh, can I, but he usually let me just run the house. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
And so tell me if I'm going too deep into your business.
Hmm.
So, like, okay, with somebody paying 100% of the bills, if something were to ever happen, do you have a cushion?
Yes.
Does he not, I don't even like to use the word allowance. Does he give you money to just put to the side, or like how does that work? Cuz I'm
I
trying to
I
figure.
run the finances, so I'm the
Okay.
accountant of the house too.
I love it.
Hmm.
Okay. So
So
you just make so he just
yeah,
he's
he don't even have to check his bank account because
mhm.
I got him.
I
I
love it. And
hmm
because y'all were friends first
hmm
and y'all built and established trust and boundaries and a real deal friendship,
hmm
that when this relationship came, it was the relationship was the icing on the cake for y'all.
yes. Hmm.
I love
Yeah.
that. Okay, so what you saying is I need to be friends first.
Yes. Yes. Even me and Monte said the same thing with our poly relationship. We said we're gonna be friends first with the next girl. Any relationship is better with friends. We literally said this last time. Like, man, we gotta start being friends first. We can't just be falling in love and going straight diving
Cause she
in.
is beautiful.
She's so
She's
beautiful.
so
She's beautiful on the
beautiful.
inside and outside.
Mm-hmm.
Have nothing bad to say about her. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, like friends first
Friends
in any
first.
situation, poly, lesbian, anything. Just be friends. Everything monogamous. Yeah.
And this is the thing. So I'm a very transparent person. Like I put all my business online. I don't care. So if I go into a date with somebody, you're gonna meet whoever you're gonna see 6 months to 2 years later,
Hmm.
early on. Like
Hmm.
I'm not gonna eat the cutesy little foods
No,
and
I'm eating
hold back
normal.
how I feel.
Hmm.
Like I'm not gonna say the things that I feel like you want to hear to get your attention. I'm Kels.
Right.
And I'm telling you from day one, I don't cook. I don't want to cook. If that's a turn off, then yeah, we're just gonna be friends.
Right.
But now I have some days where I want to learn how to make certain things. There's certain foods that I do want to learn how to cook, but I've never shied away from, girl, like at least pretend, like get
Yeah.
some
Pretend.
takeout when a guy comes around. I'm
Yeah.
like, no,
That
I'm not
that
cooking.
pretending thing that don't work.
You're not
You
gonna get a
know, you
pretender
have to
with
be
me.
authentic.
Yeah,
If you're trying to get
absolutely.
a real man and you're trying to really have a long term relationship, you have to be authentic. You have to
Hmm.
be honest. You have to be upfront the first date. Like you
Hmm.
can't just be like, I'm gonna act like this, put on a show, because men they'll drop you. They will break up with you.
Hmm.
Yes, because they be like, oh, I thought you was this girl, now you this
Exactly.
girl.
Now you done
Yeah,
changed
like
on me.
man, all right, I'm about to.
All right,
What's her?
then.
Yeah, what's her name? Man, I forgot about that girl. Let me go text her. That's what they gonna do.
Yep. And so my question is, with saying all of that, how is it that you find somebody attractive that you don't want to put in a friend zone? You want to build a friendship, but you have a romantic mindset of that person. Like you at some point you want to date this person,
Hmm.
but you need to be friends first. Is that hard to do?
That
If
is
you
hard.
initially like this person, but you're like, let me get to know them first,
Well,
because you're naturally gonna.
yeah, you naturally. I mean, y'all can just take it slow. I mean, I would just say just communicate that. Say that, like, hey, I really like you. I think we're feeling each other, but let's just kind of like develop a friendship.
Mhm.
Let's just kick it with no strings. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Kicking it with no strings is easy. It's so
I've done
easy.
that with someone, and they were the one to change. So I
Mm.
thought we were just friends. I feel like if you're courting me, you're asking me on dates.
Mhm.
You're planning to spend individual one-on-one time with me.
Mhm.
Now, this particular person, because I work so much, he was coming to all of my gigs, no matter how far it was, no matter how late it was.
Mhm.
And so when it got towards the end of whatever it was, he told me he was courting me the whole time. And I
Mhm.
was like, how the heck were you courting me when you were just coming? I thought you were one coming as a friend and a customer.
Mhm.
And he was like, no, you work so much. She said, I tried to meet you halfway and spend time with you at your job.
Mm.
So once we found out we were on two totally different pages, I'm thinking friendship, you're thinking courting. He stopped doing all of that. So I'm like, you weren't being your authentic self then.
Right.
Because if you saw me as a friend, you would still be coming
Yeah.
and just back it up a little bit. Like,
Right.
okay, she hasn't met me where I am.
Right.
Let me just work on just being friends.
Right.
So because I didn't want what he wanted at the same time that he wanted it, he kind of fell back.
Well,
So I'm like, this is
y'all
why
just
it's hard
wasn't.
to be friends with people first.
I just you gotta. It's the right one. They'll know.
Mm,
I mean, it's kind of like it's organic. It happened organically. It's not gonna
yeah.
just we gotta plan to be friends. Sometimes it
Hmm.
just happens. Like we're friends, and then it's just
It changes.
It changes. Like, oh, kind of like digging you. Like, we friends, but hey, you kind of cool.
You kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Someone said support could be a form. Yeah,
A form of what? Courting.
Yeah. What you mean? A form of courting or a form of friendship? It's some other stuff. I can't see that far. Them words.
Me neither.
It's a lot.
Me neither.
It's a lot going on.
Too.
Let me read some of these comments. Hold on.
All right.
I'll read this one first. Okay, Jermaine said, I'm curious why bills are always a topic. Bills isn't the conversation I'm trying to have unless we're getting serious.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Peace is important.
Yes.
And typically the ones that don't cheat end up getting cheated on. Yeah. Dang. Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with that because that's literally what happened.
Some girls ain't ish either.
So he's saying support could be a form of courting.
Yes.
But you got to let the person know you're courting them, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I thought we were just friends and he was mentally somewhere else.
Right.
So that plays a huge part.
Yeah, y'all have to communicate that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, we're just kicking it and then see where it goes.
Yeah. So you find the woman.
No, me or Monte found Kelsey.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Instagram?
Her. No, he found her on tour.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay.
He went to New Zealand and she went to one of the after hour spots and he seen her.
Gotcha. So he FaceTime you?
He FaceTime me the next day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he FaceTime me the next day. But yeah, he found her. It depends on who found. I found some girls and he found some girls. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter who found the girls.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? You have any questions, Sunshine? Look, she said, You have any questions to this? If anybody has any questions, like in the next 20 seconds, you can call in and ask your question. 404-254-4347. Again, that telephone number is 404-254-4347. I feel like the world is going more poly, and I feel like that's why a lot of relationships are struggling. So now you got people like me. Well, I think I'm dead slab in the middle of what's going on. So I meet men who don't want to go on dates because they feel like it's too expensive now. Not necessarily the place, but finding out what woman actually wants to date versus the woman that just wants to go out and eat. Then you got the women who are scared to take men seriously because they've been hurt in their past. Right. So nobody wants to date it. Everybody says there's pee and piss and all this in the dating pool. I'm so sick of hearing that. I'm just like, if I fall off a bike and I scratch myself, put a Band-Aid on and get up and go again. Right. I'm not scared to try again.
You have to heal. Like, y'all stop letting y'all past interfere with y'all future.
And that's what's going on. So right now, I feel like in 2024, nobody's dating anybody. You got the men podcasters telling women how to get rid of the men. You hear the women telling the women or telling the men how to get rid of the women. Like, everybody's talking people out of getting into relationships. And just like Jermaine said, everybody's talking about money. So that's scaring the men off.
It's so true. And it's not about money, y'all. Like, girls, that's not how you get a man. It's talking about money. That scares them off.
It's definitely going to scare them off.
I have a very successful husband, and that would scare him off if I was automatically talking about money. If people don't know, I have to tell women that I was financially taking care of Monte the first year of our relationship.
Okay.
Yes. Because he was going through a lot with his divorce and he was going through a transition. He was paying bills at his old house. So I had my stuff set in situation, my situation was already cool. So I didn't need his money. You know what I'm saying? But when he moved in with me, I didn't make him pay no bills. I took care of him. I let him get his stuff together, figure out his
dope.
And when he figured it took him 1 year to figure everything out, his finances and all this stuff to get his, finances together. And after that, I didn't have to pay no more bills. Like the next year, he was like, no, I got everything.
I love it. See, so stuff we don't know.
Right. I had his back for 1 year. 1 year. That's it. And after that, I have not paid no bills for the last 7 years. I pay no bills.
Comedian, what's her name? Comedian Pat. I want to try to get her in here. She literally just said she retired her husband. He worked 24 years for her financially while she built her career. And she said she told him 1 year that she was going to retire him. He's like, girl, I got pension, I got this, I got that. And so she said the last 3 years, she said the only thing he does is go at home and check the mailbox, or she said something
That's
like
so
that.
dope.
That's it. So
That's
for
dope.
the past 3 years, she has been taking care of her husband
Mhm.
that allowed her the opportunity to build her career
Right.
for the last 24 years.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
feel like in our community, we don't necessarily do that. You hear that in other communities where, and they only do that if somebody's in school.
Mhm.
It could be a career like nobody wants
It could
to,
be
like, if
entertainment
I
career.
met, if I
Mhm.
met a man, like I'm like almost there, and I
Mhm.
just need the extra push
Mhm.
from a partner. I want a
Mhm.
partnership. I don't want just a husband, and
Right.
that, like, and I want a husband that actually wants a wife, not just wants to be a husband.
Right.
And I think a lot of men get married for that, just to say they have a wife. They don't
Right.
necessarily
The
want to be a
title.
husband.
They want the title.
I need all of that. And I
Mhm.
need a partner. Like, I'm like this. I'm like real close.
Mhm.
But when men hear anything about money, they shy away from it. But I
Mhm.
have like a certain goal that I'm trying to reach, that I just need somebody that's going to be understanding to that.
Mhm.
Just, girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Same boat.
It's a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like,
And that's what I need, a
you
partnership.
have to be there for your spouse or your lover. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, he needed me.
Yeah.
So I had his back. And after that, he was like, I don't need you no more. I got your back.
And you just got to make sure it's with the right
You got to
person.
make sure it's the right person.
Because Lord
Mhm.
knows,
Mhm.
I did that.
Yeah.
I did all of that.
Yeah, that's true. Because sometimes I can bite you in the butt. Yeah.
Bit me in the butt. Once he got here, he was giving it to everybody.
That's some men are, they got egos.
Yeah, so it's
yeah.
like, dang, when we were in the trenches
Yeah,
with nothing, then when we got up, you forgot that.
ego. Yeah.
So yeah,
That happens. Some men, yeah.
that's the potential men
Yeah.
that just trying to figure life out.
Mm-hmm.
They just need to figure themselves out, and they'll be good for somebody. I just don't want to date another potential man.
You want the man to be already in his happiness,
Mhm.
be stable, got this.
He's got to love what he does for a
love what
living.
he does for a living. Not know I'm trying to figure myself out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard a guy say the other day, like, just how I move. He was like, I would love to have a woman with like you that could help me with such and such. And I was just like, oh, just help you with.
Mm-mm.
It was like, nope, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Help him with what? Oh,
A business he wants to do.
oh, okay.
I don't want to. No, I don't want to do that.
You want him to already have everything established. Yeah.
Yes, and they don't have to be like top tier of what he's doing.
Yeah.
He has to actually be doing, not something he wants
That's
to
true,
do.
because when I met my husband, he was doing what he was loving. He's older than me. He's been doing it for years before he met me. He was already
That's what I'm
established.
saying. Yeah,
he was already established DJ and a producer.
Mhm.
Period.
Yeah, and you hit
I
a
couldn't
downfall. That's different, but you already are where you want to be. If
Right.
I ask somebody, do you like what you're doing for a living? They're like, no, I'm thinking about doing such and such. Then I don't feel like my future is secure.
Well, that makes sense, because Monte was definitely doing what he loved. He still does what he loves,
And that's what's important to
well,
me.
that plays a part. I didn't think about that until you said that.
Yeah,
So,
I'm thinking about everything. I'm telling you, this break, I'm like learning so much about myself and what I really want, because I would date the guy that tries a lot.
Mhm.
He goes super hard. He's super persistent. And then I'm like, okay, let me give him a chance, because he really likes me.
Mhm.
Not knowing that he didn't have to do all that if I liked him.
That's true.
So that's why I was saying, like, I'm going away from potential guys, going away from extremely persistent guys.
What's wrong with the girls? He want persistent.
Too persistent is not real. Can you upkeep this?
Okay,
Are you
forever.
doing? Yeah. So sometimes guys like whether they like it or not, they like a challenge, or they're within a challenge. She about to say something. Hold on.
What?
They're within a challenge and they try something that doesn't work. It's an ego thing.
Mhm.
So let me do this. And they might do something with me they've never done with a female before, something that they wouldn't typically do to get my attention.
You think it's just too much?
It's too much the love bombing is too much.
You're right, because me and Monte are organic. We don't do too much.
I don't. Yeah,
We're
I don't
very,
want
like,
too much.
Cool, chill. Ain't no overdoing this. I need to do all this to make you love me. No, we love each other. We love each other.
Yeah,
you're right. I got you. You just wanted to be chill,
just organic. Yeah,
organic and chill.
And if you are over the top, it's just because you're over the top.
That's your
My ex-husband was an over the top person. That's just his personality.
Right.
So it don't matter what I say. That's
Everything
just
is
him being
grand.
himself. So
Yeah.
I can't never knock him for that. But girl, some guys will do even something as simple as opening your car door. And they forget a month later, because that's not something that they would typically do. But they was doing it because it was to impress me and get like, oh my gosh, she opened my door.
Right.
Oh, she likes it. Let me do it.
My husband don't do that.
Yeah. But Is that something you liked or you
I
don't
don't care.
care?
It don't
See,
bother
some
me.
women don't care. That's big
But
for
if
me.
he did that and stopped doing, I'm like, well, hey, what happened?
What happened?
See, he never did it. So now.
I had a guy tell me at the beginning, he was like, I don't open car doors. He said, not that I don't want to do it. He said, that's something I can't upkeep. And I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Even though I love having my doors open, the fact that he told me that day one, I never expected him to open my door.
Exactly. It's not
and
his
we were cool. I
personality.
didn't die. I'm still
Right.
here.
It's not his personality.
It's not his personality. And he didn't flex. So that made me feel like he wouldn't lie about other stuff.
That's what men do. I see that. They'll try to,
Girl.
okay, I'm going to try to get to where I need to be and do all the things she tells me. No,
Yep.
just be you.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you had to say, Sunshine?
I'm
scared to know what you about to say.
You already know what I was about to say. Kels' issue with the love bombing is that Kels is the white rhino.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She's that big game that everybody wants to say that they captured. That you know what I mean? Like she's that trophy piece that is like, if I catch her, or if I got her on my arm, or if I can solidify this with her, then I'm that guy. And it's not necessarily that I want Kels, whoever Kels is. You know what I mean?
It's a
she's the white rhino.
It's a marketed territory contest.
Right. She's the white rhino.
Yeah.
She's the one. She's the
unique.
one. Nobody else can get her, but I got her. Or nobody else could tame her, but I was able. Right. Exactly. She's that. And
no, it's a good thing, but it's like you got
a lot of
filter out the
fakeness.
men.
Yeah. I get love bombed so much. I just be like, well, it didn't work out. Next.
Yeah, you got to filter out the bad ones.
So now I'm in a space. I couldn't get that out. I'm in a space where I'm like, I just want my family to pick for me. I'm so serious because I do great with business. I do great with my personal, but when it comes to men, I don't have great taste.
You mean like somebody hook you up like, hey, I met this guy.
Yeah, he's so great. Like my brother, like women just treat him like crap, and he's such an amazing person. I think he'll be great for you.
Okay,
I need that.
I'm gonna think about you when I meet a good guy. I'm like, oh, I got somebody for you.
With his stuff together.
Yeah, with his stuff together, I got you.
Yeah.
With his dreams and goals, he's already in his thing. He flourishing.
And he's a good man, and he just keeps meeting women that just
and looks
ain't no good.
How you with looks like?
I've never cared about looks, but if this next one is my last, so I care about looks now. I didn't care about looks before.
Clean cut or just
they be thinking the guy like gay guys because they be so clean. They be like, is he gay? I'm like, no.
You like metros?
Yeah.
He gotta look like he was
like
on
a clean guy.
He need to look like he was on like a dating show or something like that. If he would look like he was on like a Love Island or something like that, that's right. There you go. There you go. He got real light eyes or something. There we go.
Yeah, Tim's and dirty fingernails ain't my type. Nah, I like a nice suit. But he dressed down from time to time.
Okay.
Or even if he dressed down as a button down and he called that dress down. Those are the types I typically like.
So if I come across, me and Monte be in a lot of places. And I'll, if I talk to somebody like, oh, you single? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
get me right, Shonte.
Yeah.
All right. So you got anything you want to tell the people? Any advice? Anything coming up that you want people to come out to? What's going on?
No, I'm just, y'all live your life and be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, live your life and be happy. Don't let nobody ruin your peace.
And she means that for real because this girl's super happy. She got it all.
Yes.
So I appreciate you taking the time to come and sit with me. It's been years. We can't let it go this long. No, I'm trying to convince her to be one of my co-hosts because she has like different thought process of what I might have, and that would be like a great dynamic.
That's true.
So we're gonna talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it. Bring her on the L.I.C.K show.
Right.
Yes. All right. So that is a conclusion of the L.I.C K show for today, and you can find us on all social media platforms. The L.I.C K show, Hits 92.3. Tell everybody where to find you at.
Instagram, I am Shonte Renee, and everything Shonte Renee, SHONTE RENEE.
I love it. So we'll be out of here in a few. The next show up will be Unbox Top 10 at 4:00. When I say she is super lit, y'all, she got so much energy. You'll be finding music that you probably ain't never heard of. You need to send her your music too for her show too. Okay. So yeah, we are out of here, and we have our flagship show, All Hustle No Fear, Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. Make sure y'all check her out at All Hustle No Fear. If you want to really, really know what she be up to, I ain't even gonna get that out. A hood. Okay. All hustle, no fear. That's it. All right, we out of here. Peace.
DJ Monte. Yeah, you wanna talk to me? You tryna know my name, but I ain't on it tonight. I'm just tryna feel the vibe. You don't know what to say, you're just tryna swing my way. Oh, I know you see the light. You just tryna get inside. I'm just tryna sing my song. Me and my girls, we ball. No need to touch at all. You can look, but just don't touch. And give me 50, leave me alone. Now tell me who's in charge. Your ego's way too small. I know you wanna come on to me nice. I really wanna know my name, but I ain't on it tonight. Come and talk to me nice. Ooh, you really wanna know my name, but I ain't on it tonight. I'm just here for a good time. I bet I got you fantasizing. I can see it all in your eyes. I know I got you hypnotized, yeah. I'm just here for a good time. I bet I got you fantasizing. I can see it all in your eyes. I know I got you hypnotized, yeah. Look, don't touch, that's all, baby. Don't be, that's always. It's like work, it's all in a day. Consider this a perk if I'm all in your face, like, who want it? You got it. I on it, I got it. Egypt, one bill in a day. You're looking for a god, it's right in your face, yeah. I'm just trying to sing my song. Me and my girls, we ball. No need to touch at all. You can look, but just don't touch. And give me 50, leave me alone. Now tell me who's in charge. Your ego's way too small. I know you wanna come to me now.